Some concern about an addiction has brought you here. Either it's your own personal concern or someone else's, but there is, perhaps, great concern. Addictions stand in the way of emotional health and wellness for millions of people. Dorland's Medical Dictionary defines an addiction as an overwhelming desire or need, a compulsion to continue the use of a drug and to obtain it by any means. A tendency to increase the dosage, a psychological and usually a physical dependence on its effects, and a detrimental effect on the individual and on society. In my own words, and most simply, I see it as a preoccupation with something that interferes with life worth living. People often have some sense of addictions being problems for them, although sometimes we need others to point it out to us. However you got here, I want you to know that there is hope and help. That help and hope is going to be maximally enhanced by working with a therapist that you can trust. I want to emphasize that without that professional perspective and partnership, this is essentially a self-help process. No physician-patient relationship exists. This is advice only, and you are basically on your own. That carries a set of risks. But with that being said, I realize that people have all sorts of reasons why a therapist might not be available or feasible. I have made this program flexible enough to be used along with a therapist, but also with someone else that cares enough to go through this journey with you, but may not be able to provide the content and structure for doing so. Let me tell you about what to expect and how this is organized as you are thinking about whom you might be able to partner with. The first presentation goes over the whole program so that you have some sense of where things are headed. This is a bit confusing because of a choice available to you right off the bat. In that presentation, I explained that the Core Addictions Educational Program is 14 sessions long, following that overview, or 15 sessions. And yes, that is true, but in my experience as an acute care psychiatrist, most of my patients are in the midst of a highly complicated life situation involving substances and addictions. From the very inception of these electronic resources, I wanted to create an effective tool for dealing with even the most complicated and desperate of situations. Those resources are available here, but that will also greatly increase the anticipated number of sessions for completion. Almost everyone, even in the most basic of situations, need to do some of the branching described. Thus, I explain that most people spend about 20 sessions or so. But again, this is a minimum. I found it necessary for most people with significant addictions issues to branch off and complete many other psychoeducational sessions, especially if there are prominent self-esteem or other physical issues involved. Realistically, you can easily double the estimated commitment. The good news is that needed content is available to you here. The realism is that it might take some time. A highly unique aspect of a program like this is that these resources are available at any time for you. And many people, when they encounter a problem, want to deal extensively with that problem to get it taken care of as soon as possible. This allows you to do that, no matter how complicated things are. Journals have been prepared to help you organize the material and you're thinking about your struggles. There are two options available to you now. The Standard Addictions Journal is organized around the relatively straightforward approach to an addictions problem. The Enhanced Addictions Journal involves not only references to those other activities, but actually includes those extra journals, all organized according to your expected needs and path of recovery. Either way, this can change your life. I am absolutely convinced of it because I've seen it happen for many people before. Of course, you could try the more straightforward approach first and see how it goes. But if you have tried many times and have not consistently been successful, I would strongly encourage the more extensive program. If you might have a problem with any addiction, I would strongly urge you to give this program a try. Take a break now to print off either of the free journals to use as we go through the program. Sort out for yourself who your partnership could be with, and complete the intake rating scale. I look forward to working with you, but begin as soon as you're